What's up, people? It's your man, Urban Lover. Early in the morning here in the city of Baltimore. You know I represent. That's right. Look, check it out. Yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah. I'm a gamer. I like to have fun. But anyway, so the Lakers went on to hired Frank Vogel, the ex-coach of the Indiana Pacers and Orlando Magic. Now, a few things I want to take from this. Number one, they probably bit off of Lou Walton. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, I know a lot of people want to say, well, the Indiana Pacers, he did good with the Indiana Pacers. Once again, I keep telling you guys over and over again, that was the East. In the East, there was only 3 to 4 good teams, if that, during the whole Miami Heat run. The East was real weak. That's why our teams that LeBron was on were able to basically get in the playoffs or get to the finals. Mom would say get to the finals. For all those years. The East is starting to pick up now. Probably like this year, kind of semi, because we got to see what's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard. So we'll see how that unfolds. But still, to me, it's still 4 strong teams. I mean, the East is just not as strong as the West. Never was, never will be. I mean, for a while. If you go back to the Jordan era, that's something different. But after the Jordan era, you had a couple teams, but it wasn't as strong during the Jordan era. But anyway, Frank Vogel, I got to take my hat off him. He still led that team, an opportunity to get to the finals, but they were always sidetracked by the Miami Heat. Can't take away none of his coaching experience. The only thing is, I tell people over again, if he was a good coach, once again, like I said about Ty Lue, if he was a good coach, people would be knocking at his door, trying to get him, because a lot of coaches got fired the previous couple years. But he became an assistant coach with the Boston Celtics. Now, his playbook, personally, I really think that he's a good X and O coach. You got to give him props for what he did with Indiana, with Hibbert and them. He actually helped them guys develop. You got to give him that much. You got to say he at least developed them young players, because Lance Stevenson's best years were with Frank Vogel. It wasn't with any other team. That's when Lance Stevenson, it was comparing Lance Stevenson at that time to Magic Johnson. So you got to, when it comes to developing young players, I think that he probably would do pretty good. Compared to all the guys that were actually interviewed, the Jason Kidds, besides Monty Williams, but Monty Williams wasn't going for that 3-year stint. He like, you know what, if you can't give me 4 years, I'm out. That's why the Lakers didn't sign nobody, because Jeanie Buss is basically letting LeBron James camp know she's putting her foot down. She's going to compromise a little bit, because remember the integrity of making sure that the organization still make money, because like I said, these companies are ran by stockholders. So you still got to make money. But she's letting LeBron James know, I'm running the show, not you, me, and I'm gonna compromise a little bit. And how does she compromise? By bringing Jason Kidd in. Jason Kidd is basically what you call a Band-Aid backup or insurance for Frank Vogel if things don't work out right. He's the only one out of all the guys they interviewed that took the 3-year deal, because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, either that woman still be assistant coach for the Boston Celtics. The mom will go take the deal, get an opportunity. Now, the thing about that is this. Remember, LeBron James has the 4th year is an opt-out year. So he's going to get played 2 more years, and then his final year he can opt out. That means that Frank Vogel will get an opportunity or a chance to coach the team without LeBron, if LeBron decides to opt out. But that also decides if Frank make it that long. Because I keep telling people, fans, that you have to understand that LeBron James is not really X and O coach. X and O player. A lot of people might disagree with me, but if you really watch, his history, I know some people say, what about the coaches back in the days? Yeah, but once he became LeBron James, the King LeBron James, the famous LeBron James, the LeBron James where he was up here now, that's when he started making his moves when it came to coaching. In the beginning of his early parts of his career, nah. Because early parts of his career, he was still trying to define himself, you know what I mean? And I mean by define himself, put his name on a plateau. And he still did pretty good back when he was younger. And I can't knock LeBron James' game. But all this basically shows that Jeanie Buss has control of the team. And like I said, the same thing I said about Ty Lue in my last video, the same thing I'm saying about Frank, is that you're only giving you 3 years. After the 3 years, I believe that LeBron James is not going to stay there. I think LeBron James is going to opt out his final year. If Jeanie Buss doesn't trade him, that's what I'm looking at right now, that, Jeanie Buss might want to trade him in the middle of the season. Might talk to her stock shareholders, at the committee, and probably say, what should we do about LeBron? And if they say, well, we can go this direction, and if they decide to go that direction, they might just take it. And it also depends on who they get this free agent. who they're going to pick up. I told guys in my videos a while back that Kyrie Irving might be the main pickup person that they might grab, only based on the fact that Kyrie Irving and him and LeBron was cool. Remember, I told him and LeBron had a conversation, and he kind of apologized to LeBron the way he act. And then remember, he basically, like I told guys, he kind of did damage control of Boston Celtics. Well, not damage control, but he did a lot of damage at Boston Celtics, on that team. And he just didn't fit the team because why he liked to hold the ball. I mean, I'm not going to go into all that, with Boston, but right now I think Frank Vogel probably is the best choice out of everybody. I know a lot of people might disagree, but I think he is. And the reason why I say that once again is because it's only 3 years. So they're not buying into the whole year. So you can say kudos to Phil Jackson for putting that in Jeanie Buss' head. That's where Jeanie Buss getting all this information from. It's Phil. You got to see it, man. I mean, Phil is written all over this stuff. And Phil was, like I told y'all before, Phil was the reason why Carmelo Anthony didn't come to the Lakers. It's Phil. Phil probably told Jeanie, don't let that man take control of the team. He's at the end of his rope. He's 30-something years old. He only got so many years left. You got a bunch of young players. Figure out what you want to do with them young players. That's all Phil talking. And I think, like I said before my last video, Jeanie Buss is still probably upset because she had to let Lou Walton go. So she's not bringing in the coach for a 4 or 5 year tenure. She's only going to give the coach enough time with LeBron James. Once LeBron James is gone, so is that coach. Unless that coach is coaching really good, then she'll probably extend his contract. But it's like a 3 year contract, which I totally agree with. Because here's the thing, we always have a habit of signing players or coaches to a long extension of time, and it's like they don't even show up or they just don't produce, and it's like a waste of time when you can just give them a 3 year extension because at the end of the day, 3 years to give him enough time to, to allow them to see and monitor how good of a coach he is. So I'm on board with Frank. I mean, I don't have no problem with Frank. It's only 3 years. I'm not going to beat down. I think he's better than Ty Lue. I mean, I just got to be honest with you. He's better than Ty Lue. I know a lot of people might disagree with that, but, a lot of people protesting and all that stuff. Look, Ty Lue, the reason why I say it, because, I mean, like I said before and I said in my last video, you got to think about the situation with Ty Lue. Nobody was knocking on the door to get him. So, and same thing with Frank. So, out of the two, I would go with Frank. Jason Kidd, after watching an article about him telling the Greek Freak not to shoot, to just basically go inside and drive, it kind of hurt his game. So, I wouldn't say Jason Kidd was a good development. I mean, when it came to young players, because as soon as Jason Kidd, was let go, look where they went at. You know what I'm saying? I know people say, well, he helped Greek Freak develop, but Greek Freak basically bagged the differ. He said, nah, he didn't really help him develop. He kind of like slowed down his game. And he just got to the point where he didn't want to shoot. So, yeah, so if you imagine the Greek Freak with a jumper, and he averaging, 28 points, I believe? Then imagine he had be able to shoot jumper. No, he was shooting 30% from the three-point arc. So imagine if he had a jumper. So anyway, Jason Kidd is basically, security, a security blanket if Frank don't work out. So that's our way of compromising with LeBron James because Ty Lue didn't want the 3 year tenure. And I think that no matter who would have been the head coach, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jason Kidd would still been the assistant, whatever coach they decide to go with. And Jason Kidd would be the forerunner if the coach doesn't work out. If the LeBron James, and not with Ty Lue, because I know Ty Lue and LeBron are real close. But I'm talking about somebody that LeBron never has never allowed to coach. Frank, he never coached LeBron. So we'll see. We'll see how everything goes and turn out. Me personally, I would have just waited to after wait till the playoff was over, the finals and everything. Then I would have made my decision on coaches and stuff like that. That being you have a larger pot of assistant coaches that's still sitting out there that you could have looked into. But the Lakers becoming desperate and being nervous decided to go ahead and sign it. Somebody. I mean, after Tyler, they went right to Frank, and like that, they threw a contract at him. I think it was more that anybody that was willing to take that 3 year deal, they were going to hire. That's how I look at it. I think everybody decided they wanted 4 years. With probably like the fourth final year, some type of contract option or something like that. But I think everybody wanted 4 years. Tyler wanted 5, but I think most of them wanted 4. But nobody probably wanted to take that 3 year tenure because it's all for LeBron. It's not for the Laker organization as a whole. It's basically to be there just for LeBron. And once LeBron gone, if you're not coaching well, then you're gone. There's no, okay, well, we're going to let you coach another year, blah, blah, blah. After your 3 years is up. If you're not coaching well after those years, then they're going to basically let you go and start fresh. And that's why I think the Lakers are heading to. I think he's going to ride the LeBron wave for the next 2 years. Because like I said, he had that 4th year if you want to opt out. So we'll say 2 to 3 years. So the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to ride LeBron James wave. And if LeBron James don't bring a championship in there, they're not going to re-sign him. For all I'm concerned, she might want to trade him. We don't know. We don't know what Jeanie Buss's decision is because remember, Phil Jackson in the air. Phil Jackson, Kobe, all of them in the air. And at the end of the day, Kobe, like I said, he's connected to Rob. So, and he's putting stuff in Rob's ear. So, you know how it is. And, Kobe and Jeanie are real close too. And I think Kobe and Phil probably told her, like, look, don't run this organization in the ground. That's all I'm going to say like that on that note. But I'm on board with Frank. I'm going to see how he does for 3 years. I'm not going to be quick to bash him because I think every coach needs a fresh start. And I think it's an opportunity for him to come over here in the West to see how he do. But the problem is will LeBron James take heed to the way he coaches, his coaching style. That's the one thing about it. Because in LeBron James segment, he likes to be the dominant ball handler. And with Kyrie, they kind of mesh off each other, so it's understandable. But you still have people like Lonzo Ball still there, Brandon Ingram. Excuse me. Well, put it like this: the trade. We won't know anything about those young players until the trade week come up. When the trade week, when you can start talking to free agents and all that, then we'll start to see what happens, what transpires. So I'm not going to be so quick to say that Lonzo Ball and them guys going to be here based on the fact that they're not going to be here the rest of the season because we don't know. We don't know until we see when trade talks and everything can happen after the finals, and then we'll go from there. But until then, I'm on board with Frank. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I look at it like this. To me, with him coaching Indiana Pacers, I think he's better than Luke. I know I just said that, earlier that I would have just kept Luke. Well, because Luke only had one more year left, But anyway, I would go with Frank only because Frank did challenge the Miami Heat. They challenged them. They could have won one series, but it didn't pan out that way. But I would go with Frank. Now, after that, after LeBron era, I don't know. Like I told you guys, I'm still a big Mark Jackson fan, but it is what it is, man. Just want to see what Jeanie Buss and this front office do. Their decision making, stuff like that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I know a lot of people are upset at Jeanie and all this, but I like the idea that Jeanie put her foot down and started making decisions because at the end of the day, it is her organization and she can't let it run into the ground. You can't just fall in like how the Cleveland Cavaliers organization did. And I'm not saying nothing bad about them, but they catered to LeBron and LeBron left them with a lot of bad contracts. That it's still on the team today. And they're going to have to make some moves with those type of players that they got on the long contracts that just ain't worth it to me. So we'll see. We'll like I said, we'll see. Watch where everything unfolds. We'll pay attention, day by day to see what goes on. Who they pick up, as in rosters. Because now that Magic's not there, it's no more that playing that role trying to push Luke out because Luke is gone now. So then they can actually get some shooters. But, like I said, we'll see how everything transpires, how everything unfolds. But, yeah, I'm on board with Frank. I did say earlier that, they would have kept Luke. But, Frank is okay. He's okay. I mean, he's no freaking top-notch coach, but he's okay. I mean, I think he's better than the coaches that they actually had when it came to Jason Kidd. I think Monty Williams probably Monty Williams probably has a better relationship with players than Frank. But the thing is, Monty is now with the Suns because he didn't like the idea. See, a lot of them coaches didn't like the idea of a 3 years, contract. It's like, it's bull crap. What kind of respect are you showing us? And that's why a lot of them decided not to go. But Frank took the 3-year deal, so we'll see. Things might work out pretty good. We don't know, man. I'm not gonna be so quick to throw, Frank under the bus and, get the man a chance. That's all I can say, everybody. Get the man a chance. He's here for 3 years or 2, and then after LeBron leave, he probably bounce. If LeBron decide to bounce, we don't know, but get a man a chance. We gave Luke a chance, because everybody was on board when Luke came. When Luke came, everybody was so hyped about him, and I told him I wasn't really feeling Luke because I rather went with Mark Jackson only because of the experience of him being a coach that actually have a relationship with young players. But everybody say, oh no, Luke gonna do this and that, and I went with it because, like I said, I still gave Luke the benefit of the doubt because he's a part of the organization, the Lakers organization, just like LeBron James. I was a big advocate because I didn't want him here, but I'd say, what, if they go after him, then I'll respect him because he's here now. So I respect any player that's on the Lakers. It doesn't matter, who you are, as long as you're helping the Lakers win, I'm cool with it, man. I don't have no problem with it. I just didn't like what happened this whole season past, how everything transpired with Magic, LeBron, all them guys. I didn't like that because, all we did was just stay in the media. And there wasn't no positive energy. It was all negative. And that's not what I'm looking forward to. I like to be entertained, like to have fun. I like to enjoy watching basketball, not to be a soap opera. If I want to watch soap operas, I would just go watch, what's that called? Hookers of New York or whatever them freaking women call. Whatever it's called, something like that. Anyway, it's your man, Ever Lover, like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about Frank. Like I said, I'm on board with him, man. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna rock with him, see how see what he does as a coach. But just hoping that LeBron James doesn't really try to take over, which I think that he's not, because Jeanie Buss is already allowing him to know that by them not getting a coach that's of LeBron James' liking, Jeanie Buss is already letting you know that I got you this time. That's what I'm thinking. Jeanie Buss is going to take control. Because I think she's still kind of butthurt over having to let Luke Walton go. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Luke Walton was like her son. Remember, her and Phil was together. Phil called Luke's son. So if her and Phil were like, messing around, so she looked at Luke as a son too. That's why she was hurt. And that's not one of the major reasons why Matt Johnson left him. Not just because of the emails, because he didn't want to do that to Jeanie. Because the emails were so, put like this, but Matt Johnson with the emails, if the emails were so, if the email was so bad to the point that Magic would have left, then it wouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? He would have left, but why was he crying? He was crying to the point about him letting Luke go. He said about, people talking behind his back. That was second nature. He wasn't worried about that. The point is that he had to let Luke Walton go. That's what it came down to. I know a lot of people want to try to to deflect it over to the point that it was about the emails. Nah, it was more about him letting Luke Walton go. And that's why Jeanie Buss, if you notice, since they let Luke Walton go, Jeanie Buss is taking over. That's why she told LeBron James that this is a Buss-led organization. She's letting LeBron James know that I have the power and you're going to work for me for these next couple of years that you're here. If you decide to opt out the fourth year, by all means, let it be. But remember, she was the main one that wanted an all-star. She's the one that was crying that she wanted an all-star. She didn't want to wait. She wanted to get one pre-LeBron James. Remember that? And then imagine them try their best to try to do what they can to help her, but they told them wait to the offseason. But she wanted somebody to come to the all-star game to represent the Los Angeles Lakers because it was in L.A., but it didn't work that way. So you got to put all that, not just on Magic, but on Jeanie as well, because of her decision making, because that's what she wanted. So we'll see. I think that she's biting her head off now, knowing that she got what she wanted and it wasn't what she wanted, and now she's kind of upset because she had to let her son go. So now she's kind of like, between a rock and a hard place. So she's basically putting her foot down and saying, look, I run this team. You don't like it? It is what it is. And by her hiring Frank, once again, that shows that she's taking control of the team. She's not letting LeBron James come in and do what he wants. Well, what's it, Clutch Sports man, whatever they call his camp. You're not letting him take over. She said, we're not going to have that. I'm going to take over my team. She's doing the exact same thing that Pat Riley did, which I believe is a good thing because at the end of the day, remember like I said, LeBron James got, 2 more years and then the op year. So he got 2 more years left with the Lakers. So with that being said, he's 30-something years old, towards the age when most players start to retire. So you got to start thinking like, do we continue to build around him? Or do we continue to keep these young players and build around him and the young players? I will basically go with the second option. I will build around him and the young players because I will not give them young players based on the fact that LeBron James is, might be gone. So we got to play smart. I know a lot of people say, well, they make a trade for Anthony Davis, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, if it happened, it happened. Not really big on that. I'm more big on the young players that we already have. But it is what it is. I'm just, like I said, I'm just for the Lakers, man. Whatever they decide to do is cool, man. I'm going to still rock with it. Might be upset a little bit, but you know what? It's all good, man. It's just entertainment.